Okay, so today I started working more on the front of this car. What I needed to do was fasten the inner fenders before I mock up the outer fenders, right? Because you need a solid base before you can have the solid outside, if that makes any sense. Josiah's idea was to riv nut everything and then secure it all with M6 bolts. Before we riv nut stuff, I just self-tapered all this inner fender in. So I used probably 6 self-tappers. The idea of that is that it drills the hole through the carbon fiber for you and then drills the hole through the metal like straight together solidly. I can't express what I'm thinking through words. So the idea behind the self-tappers was it drills 2 holes through the metal and the carbon fiber straight. And that's like acts like a pilot hole where you can drill the 3/8 hole for the riv nut into the metal, and then there's an existing hole in the carbon fiber for the M6 bolt. Solid. So now that I have this inner fender in place where I want it and it's stiff, we can start mocking up the HGK fenders. So what I needed to do was cut out a hole for the air jacks and then just start mocking it up. And what I found was it's hard to get a nice gap here. So just some tweaking and modifying needs to be done. I cut the inner part of this corner out a little bit. So this used to be like bulked up with material here. Just so the door can swing open and swing into it, I just needed to cut out a little bit of that. That's what I'm working on. I got it roughly fitting where I want it to be. Now I'm gonna work on doing the final cuts and final bolts in this thing. I'm really f***ing this up, Jack. I'm sorry, man. So next, I'm going to get the gap as close to where I want it as possible, and then I'm gonna do pilot holes, little self-tappers, and then once I have my holes where I want them, we're gonna most likely double-sided tape the top edge of this fender here to the inner fender. This thing is so light and so strong that I feel like we don't need that much fasteners to hold this on. The idea of the double-sided tape is because this is Kevlar and we don't want to hit a cone and then it rips the bolt hole right out. Like, you know, you like drill a hole and you put an M6 bolt through it or a zip tie, and then when you like hit something, it like rips the hole open and then now you have nowhere to mount the fender. We don't want that. So we're thinking double-sided tape. We have a nice flange here that we can mount it to, and then we would put like a couple bolts just in case the double-sided tape decides to fail. It doesn't just fly off onto the track. There's like a couple bolts holding it on, and then we could reapply double-sided tape if necessary. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking of right now, and it's starting to look really sweet. I'm gonna put a wheel on and get things centered, and then start bolting it down permanently. Smooth operator. We got the OEM side skirt on the car here, and there's like a little lip, little flange that runs on here. I just smoothed it down. I'm gonna smooth it down a little more just because this needs to sit flat on the OEM side skirt.
Introducing the all-new FDF driver-inspired shirts. Crafted from lightweight material, they move as you move, flow as you flow. I don't know who wrote this script, but... Available in 2 distinct colors, bold black and heather gray. Each a tribute to your journey. FDF driver-inspired shirts. For all of you for whom driving is not just a task, but a passion. Gear up, embrace the drive, and make the road yours.
Got a big turbo, it's all built, looks nice, nice wrap.
Yeah, I love driving. Especially to make it up. Jack, it's loud over here.
It is, dude.
We gotta make a Lexan window for my car. They're too expensive, dude. Way too expensive. They're like 600 US online.
Really? Why can't you just use the glass one?
Heavy.
Dude, you just ruined your hatch.
Yeah, just wanted it white. You should see me on the graffiti. Should have tagged up the wall, man.
Man, I really want to say something like the Migos, like Ice Tray, The Gang, or something like that. But I really am not vibing on it right now.
Jeez. Man, what do you, the fitment is still ass, man.
It is, it's bad. Needs to be like there, eh?
Yeah, that doesn't look too bad.
It's just an inch higher than where it actually is. How much was that?
I don't
For,
know.
for clarification, this is what Rain bought last episode on the Snap-on.
This is what Meg didn't know he bought, and it cost $630.
Oh!
Okay, but the real deal is Brian's such an OG. He ordered me that one, couldn't get it with the orange soft grip, ordered me the separate handle, and is gonna replace it.
And it's taped to protect his lip.
Yeah, so I didn't cut myself. I only had that much left, but it was warm. I wasn't gonna pour it into a cup to put ice in it. There was a little bit of metal from cutting it in the Pepsi.
You need a Yeti sponsorship. Potential post.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so in this video today, all right, so I had to cut part of the fiberglass side skirts on this Corvette. We left the OEM ones on. We have HGK doors, and the problem that I was having is that they were sitting proud of the fender. So this fender was sitting in and the door was coming out. So you could imagine that when you try to swing the door open, it just caught that hard edge on the fender. And I was like, oh, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna have to make the gap big, you know, cut the fender, all this and that. Then I took a closer look and realized that the carbon door was hitting the factory side skirt here and here, and it wasn't allowing to push in all the way. I already did it on the other side. I realized once I cut that, I was able to push it in 1/4 inch, and the door actually sits flush with the fender now, and I'm able to open the door without it touching each other. So now we're gonna see if everything fits. You wanna see the other side? After I did those modifications, I was able to push the door in. And before, it was just, we couldn't open the door. The gap was too tight and the door was sticking out and running into the fender real bad. But now we're able to open the door pretty nicely. We're almost there.
What are you doing, man?
Well, I'm making a bash bar for the rear. I'm just getting some ideas going, how wide I want it. I want the corners to be collapsible and all of that. I'm gonna say I don't want it any wider than 45 inches. 45 inches, 90-degree bends, cap the ends, make 2 of them.
Right now, if I just let it go, it'll open up the bottom. If I open up the door.
Wow. Wow. Hey.
So this is the handbrake that was in Josiah's Corvette, just for mock-up and stuff like that. But it's just this crazy, we did it as a test, but this crazy custom fade on it. Doesn't really match anything in the car. So we have these matte black side plates though, which with our handbrakes is removable with these Allens. So I'm thinking I'm gonna remove this. He's not here right now, but I think that he'll like it. Remove these black side plates, and then we have this sick red handbrake. Red is absolutely fire on a handbrake, but he has nothing in the car that matches this. So I'm thinking with our just machined handle here, I'll take off these red side plates, put on these matte black ones, and have this in the Corvette. We'll see how it looks. If it doesn't look cool, we'll just re-powder coat something in like a green or something like that, but I think this will look sick. Okay, so we got it all laid out here. What was this on? Oh, the red was on this, and then the black was on this handle. So basically, Josiah doesn't like this handle. He would like this handle with the black. So we're planning on putting this on here, and then this one will just be a display one. What do you guys think? This one kind of goes hard, but this one will look good. This one's clean looking. Anyways, gonna secure this handle on here and put it in the Corvette and see how it looks. Ow! The carbon fiber door hit me in the shin. It's fine, guys. Wow, that's light. The door's light. Okay, guys, we got our new handbrake.
That's it?
That's it. What do you think? I think it looks sick.
Looks sharp. The matte finish looks really nice.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Slap it in. Where's all the hardware? Okay, we won't put the little one in. We'll just put the big one in. Is that the way it goes? Yeah. Dude, how does it look on cam? Can you tell I'm struggling?
Maybe.
These are not the right spacers, but... Thanks, dude. Hey. Okay, anyways, you guys get the...
Go ahead.
You guys get... I think it looks way better. Cam, what do you think?
Oh, it's perfect.
Not bad. Match is way better.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks really good.
Clean.
Yep. Dude.
Yeah. Clutch. Gone.
First, I thought that was your foot on the clutch. He's really kicking it.
If you guys are interested in these handbrakes, we sell them on our website. Josiah has run them in his car since day one. And you can get the face plates powder coated any color you want, and also the actual handle that we machine in-house. Dylan makes these in-house. You can get this powder coated any color you want. Just like the handbrake over there you saw that was in here with the custom color fade on it. You could do that. That one was just a test. No one's ever got that done before. Anyways, buy it on the website, custom color, put in the notes what color you want, and yeah. Okay guys, we're gonna find out if this riv nut tool works. It looks like you're supposed to put it in an impact, which is funny because imagine impacting a riv nut on. That'd be pretty fun. Or not. Okay, so I'm gonna spin this on. And in theory, go forward, hold this, and it'll squish it. Okay, yeah, that works. This isn't a good example because this is like 3/16 thick aluminum and this riv nut didn't really like that. It didn't really squish very well. I'm gonna try it in a thinner. I mean, it feels like it's holding though. I feel like it's not going anywhere. So let's try it in a different hole. Perfect. That's awesome. That works great.
Nice little rib nut. And that took like 0 effort. Look at the headlight, dude. It's not bolted down.
Dude, that looks sick.
It's all on there, man.
Sit on it.
Just needs one bolt down there. Yeah, headlights mounted. One headlight. That took like an hour. Isn't that cool, man?
Yeah, it looks sick, man.
I took out all the self-tappers that I had on holding these panels to the frame. So I literally removed the self-tapper and then drilled the hole to 3/8 and then put a rib nut through them. And then used that new tool and used 4 rib nuts and bolts to hold down this inner panel. And then what I did here to fasten the fender to the inner fender was rib nuts. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 rib nuts on the top so far. I can even add more if I wanted, so like some here and here, closer if Josiah wanted. I have it rib nutted into the carbon fiber. What Josiah was worried about with rib nutting into carbon fiber, the rib nut could pull through very easily because the shoulder on the rib nut is really small. So you drill a hole, you sink this in, and it's just that shoulder grabbing onto the nut. And what he's worried about is this thing pulling through like that and just like taking material out and the panel falling off. So I did a test rib nut on the carbon fiber with one of these. I really liked how it felt and how it went in. So I just sent it and put more rib nuts on it. And you know, if it falls off, then we'll find a different way to fasten it down. So, but for now, it's being held on with rib nuts, and it's a lot stronger than fiberglass because I think with his experience with fiberglass, that just pulls through right away. Like you can just breathe on it and it'll pull through. But this carbon and this Kevlar is super strong, and I'm pretty confident that it'll hold up to the task with rib nuts. So this corner is fully bolted down permanently for good, and it's pretty strong. Like, that ain't going nowhere. And then what I did was mounted the headlight to the inner fender well. Sultan had a nice little OEM shelf that you can mount the headlight to, just kind of like that side, through this little shelf, and it just literally sits on top. I actually had to take those studs out of the headlight and then slam the headlight in there and then kind of work with my gaps here, like make sure that there's even gap all the way around, like wiggle it around. And then I had to drill from the bottom, yeah, 3 studs right here. I had to kind of drill the holes where those studs would have lined up. And then I put the studs back in the headlight and then slam the headlight back in, and it worked out. And I'm happy with the fitment. It's really close everywhere. It looks really nice. After I do that side, I'm gonna move on to this front bumper. I have to do a little bit of trimming up in these corners here because I'm sure when HDK makes these panels, they do it on a mold and they leave extra material, which is totally cool. We just have some excess material around the bumper stays meet to the fender and the bottom of the headlight, and also where it meets up to the side of the fender here, have some extra material. So just got to do a little bit of trimming, a little bit of finessing. We'll soon get her fastened down. It's starting to look great so far. That's kind of like a little peek of how that side's gonna look. It looks pretty cool with those headlights. So I'm gonna work on the front bumper after that side, and then that'll give us our layout for the front bash bar. Josiah already mocked it up and planned it out, gave me some dimensions on the bar that I'm gonna use and how I'm gonna fabricate it. So I'll bend up that main little bar for the front bash bar. We'll set it in there, and then we'll get our depth determined so for that little leg that comes off the chassis to the bar. And easy peasy lemon squeezy, we just got to do it. So it's looking great, and yeah, I'm looking forward to some more progress on the car.